Right, I'm in a church. There's a few things I want to mention about today. It's not been a very clever day. The bike issue's been very bad. They're making the suggestion that you're going to go to jail and that they're going to grab you and smash you to pieces, and making the suggestion about not being able, that you're not going to get a girlfriend using the internet. They're making the suggestion of sexuality that's going maliciously against me, taking the piss out of me being sexually abused as a child. They're making the suggestion that you're going to be beaten to death, ripped to pieces or knifed down or shot dead or whatever. Getting really aggressive about it. Many knife-shaped vehicles, many gun-suggestions, wording like rent-a-kill, roadkill, child rakist, smash you to pieces, rubble flatbed, just in time with a cartoon character holding a mallet, smashing a double bell alarm clock with just in time written inside the actual clock itself as well. So it's getting quite nasty with the setups today. Obviously there's a lot of shouting to murder me last night because of this 4-letter name that begins with an E. It turns out she's with someone, which I found out when I saw her. I can't guarantee 100% it was her, but if I did see her, she's definitely in a relationship. 90% certain it was her. So that's that 4-letter name that begins with E. It's too late to go with that person. As I was mentioning, the key's been taken away from me, and obviously nothing replacing it. Nobody can replace it, you see. The problem I got is all the people out there that have a smartphone, soon as they become single, if they escape being made pregnant, that is, they're in a relationship with the other 1,000 people that they got in their their smartphone friends list. And soon as someone splits up, the lads out there just going to get one after the other, just going to get with that person if it's a sexual looking person. They fucked my life up completely. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to have to be sexually abused and ripped to pieces and fucking knifed to death, and accept that I've been raped as a child and stopped from getting sex right through my whole life, in 2 lives, and then it happens again when I'm born in my next life. That's triple murder. There's a track called Nuclear Winter, Pockering in dub, and it makes a suggestion that the world's going to be blown up, and it says, sexually abuse me, you can't lose me, in the eye of the storm, or something like that. I can't remember the lyrics, but it's on Drum and Bass 2000, Volume 2, Rumour Records. It's a 4 Raid box something, Raid BX, I can't remember the catalogue number, but it's on that CD. It's like a blue cover with a man in the clouds. So yeah, this shouting that occurred last night, aggressively, to murder me, getting nasty about it, is moaning about me going to the mind, and because of this 4-letter name, and they wanted to make it clear to me that she's with someone and that you're not going with her because of the age gap, and it's upsetting certain people. Now, considering I haven't put a name or said her name, I'm surprised that the information came out like that. With setups, they're also applying that you're on your bike, taking the piss in a really corrupt way to say you're on your bike and that 4-letter name is definitely lost. Do you understand? And making the suggestion that she's a mother by taking the piss in a way where they're timing teenagers to push a buggy in my direction. In actual fact, the only place that people look to be single, whether they are or not, I do not know, but they're more, they look more like, not, I don't know how to word it, but people look like they're freer. They're walking more freer. They're not like tied up. Not all mothers, if you get what I'm saying, but that's not guaranteed. I'm struggling like hell on the internet, and there's a couple of people that are agreeing with me, in America in particular, saying that you are going to struggle, and saying that even in America it's getting tough to find someone because they're all in relationships because of the smartphone and because of the amount of people that they have in connections with. And they suggested other things like a prostitute, but the problem is prostitutes have HIV, and I'm not going with a prostitute because I want raw sex, not safe sex. I want someone that's clean. But the problem is all my enemies took away what I should have been with many, many years ago. But what I will say is this 4-letter name If that was supposed to have been for me, where they fucked up with the media, the music industry, all the jungle tracks in the 90s, and making suggestions in adverts, or suggestions that I'm with this person or whatever, this is really, really messed up. It's got to be replaced. But how does it get replaced? Because there's nothing I can do about it, because quite literally there is no one left single. If someone's sexual looking or so hot looking, it's too late, and nobody can replace it. And the problem is, people are getting nasty about the age gaps if they see you in the streets with different ages nowadays. This is the problem. They've buggered my life up completely. They've fucked it right up. All the Christians don't like me. I went to a church and all final people, like, when it comes to sexual people or whatever, there's always been those types that have never liked me. Apart from that 4-letter name that I just mentioned. That 4-letter name I can't go with. It's too late. She's got someone, and people out there are getting funny about this specific name, and they don't want me to go with this person, and it's too late, okay? You need to know that it's too late for me to go with that 4-letter name that begins with an E. It's through. It needs to be replaced. The key's gone. The key to the door of just in time has gone. It's got to be replaced. That's the problem. But yeah, so the setups are about 90% bad today. It's one of the worst days for these setups. Even yesterday was pretty bad. But yeah, they're stepping it all up for some reason, all this action. So yeah, that's all I need to mention on this specific recording, and I think that everything is, well, unless anyone new can help me, and they're not making very good suggestions, because they're making a suggestion that you're wasting your time on your laptop, making a suggestion you're not going to get anyone. Oh, and the other thing that they're doing, I will mention this, there's no need for this, but they're taking the piss in a way which is not very good to apply my father and around me. But what they're suggesting is well below the fucking knuckle. I mean, very, very far-fetched. It shouldn't be happening in that way. But unfortunately it is, and it's being done in a piss-take, nasty, malicious way, what they're suggesting. I won't say what is being suggested, but there's no fucking need for it. This is incredible. This is absolutely beyond belief. I've just been taking pictures. I'll be there in a minute, yeah? I've just been taking pictures in the church of the stained glass windows, and there's a young lady in the picture, in the stained glass windows, that looks nearly identical to that 4-letter name that begins with E, which I've never seen before, while zooming in to see what the pictures are, which is it's all messed up when it comes to this person. It is too late, and it needs to be replaced. Replaced with what? I do not know, but it's something or someone is going to have to replace that person, because they stopped that person from going to that community day after I saw her on that one specific day. And me and her had good friendship, and she said she was coming for a couple of months or so each week, and after that one day authorities stopped her from going because of the age gap. But they didn't realise at the time that I preferred younger people and that I've not had anyone, or they're just just turning a blind eye to the fact, because all they've been saying in recent times is, why don't you get a blow-up doll or something like that, or why don't you just see if you can try and fancy someone that's not a sexual looking type, a grubby type person, insulting me in that sort of way. And there's also another picture actually that looks identical to that 4-letter name. I'm going to take a picture of this. I might put it in this video actually. This is getting fucking serious. This is through. This person is through. I mean, completely through. How is that going to be ready? How is that going to be replaced? Even got the World Cup on the ball, with the suggestion of that 4-letter name that begins with E, and making the suggestion that I'm with that person. They don't know in America, and they're the ones that set the do all this. How can I do anything? Because she's got someone. It's through. This person's gone. There needs to be a replacement. This is the biggest mistake that's ever been made when it comes to sexuality, and the fact that I've never had anyone before. This is also very dangerous if you look at it on a religious point of view, because that's also a religious name, meaning similar to Jesus. but there's not much I can do about it. They've put it through and the key's gone. So there's just been a paranormal thud under my right foot, and yesterday I think it was, I can't remember, I had this issue with the left foot. Now, going back 5 years ago, I was getting this on a regular basis, especially when I was camping or sleeping out before I moved to where I am now. There's a lot of tapping and there's a lot of negative energy or very malicious dark entity feelings that were occurring in the time period I was doing that back up just before 5 years ago, whatever.